we know that in every borough there are issues, and young people have their own contribution, and they have their own side to every situation. And for this reason, we felt that it's just important to bring them in contact with people who can answer their questions concerning issues that bothers them. And because this Newham is really new, I must tell you, because Newham was not like this before. But now everywhere is just beautiful. You don't have the Olympic Park everywhere. You only have the main one in Newham. Am I correct? Yes. You guys are not... Are you not happy about the fact that Olympics Park is here and not anywhere? Please, can you give the government a round of applause for accepting Newham? We're excited about things. Please show us that you're proud, though, please. When it's time to show off, you have got to be there. Show off what you've got. You've got the Olympic Park. Nobody has it. So we are here and we want to talk about the Olympics, the legacy of the Olympics, the impact of the Olympics on the community of Newham and the young people of Newham. We also want to talk about the issues that bother young people here. I will be calling Geraldine Agiman. I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrongly. Geraldine Hagiman, please, can you ask your question, please?
I just wanted to know, how does the board think it best to sustain the Olympic legacy, particular to young people in sports, considering the funding cuts to schools right now? So how best would it be to sustain the legacy?
Okay, I think the most important way to sustain the legacy is for more and more young people to get involved in sport. And what we want to see, obviously, is excellence. And I'm a big believer in people doing what they enjoy. I mean, my sport is athletics. I did the London Marathon last year in just under 3 hours, despite that I was the 6th over 55. So you can keep going. You don't have to stop. You can keep going. But you know, that's what I enjoy. But everyone needs to do what they enjoy, and you can't limit yourself, I'm afraid, to just doing it inside school hours, because if you just, no athlete has actually got to the top just doing it inside school hours. It has to be done outside, and you get involved in clubs and activities. And if you just think in terms of the school, or the school has got to do this, and government cuts, then you really are thinking on the long lines. If you think in terms of the sky's the limit of what I can achieve in what I really love doing, then you're on the right lines.
I think that was really brilliant, and I think that really is the core thing. Because we talk about the Olympic legacy. To me, when I think of the Olympics, when I do think of legacy, I mean, what it leaves with me is this whole thing about being the best that you can be and going for everything and giving it your best. So I do think, yes, we can look at the support that is available, but primarily it's with the individual actually saying, you know what, I can believe, I can aspire to something. And if you're looking at sports, then it's, just aspire to be the best you can be. And the thing is, you will always find a way. It's good to have all the support available. It's good to take advantage of all of that. But I think the primary thing is, it's a person, an individual who's whether you're young or you're old, is actually just having a dream and believing that that dream could actually become a reality, and then just making a decision that you're going to go for it and choose to actually make it happen. I mean, the Olympics was really inspiring. It was really inspiring, and I'm pretty certain that everyone who's in this room, okay, maybe not everyone, but most people who are in this room, while it was happening, I'm sure many of us dreamed. My question, though, is what happened? Because we can look at what's the government doing, but I want us to actually look at ourselves and say, well, what's happening for me after the Olympics? I was inspired, by a lot of these people, and I thought I could go for something. But now it's over. But is your dream over? Is your dream still alive? I think that really is, because when we talk about legacy, we're talking about something that's left behind that we can work with and we can build on. And I think if that's what I mean, Newham, I was born in Newham, don't live here anymore, so I feel connected in that way. But I will say that primarily it's for us, what are we taking away from the Olympics? What is that dream you have that you can aspire to and you can pursue? So those are my thoughts.
Okay, just quickly, my name is Stephen Hammond. I did go to school very briefly in Newham, I've been involved very strongly politically in Newham. We did have 3 councillors, the Christian People's Alliance here, until they got booted out by Labour, but I'll go to that. To answer the question, really, it's a very good question. It's really, you've just basically asked a question that goes directly to the throat, the jugular, really, of the crux of why we're here. And it's I'm sure we got the remit for the discussions, and that really cuts to the chase of it all, really. I think that, and as Sid has correctly alluded to, it's not about basically really about government. It's not about who can do what concerning money. It's about people, real people. At the end of the day, it was human beings that ran around the track. It was lifting weights. It was shooting. It was paddling. Whether they were able-bodied or Paralympians, if I can use that contemporary phrase. What was actually in my mind, really, to answer the question, but probably not fully in many respects, is that in Kenya, it's always been a country that in one particular village up high in the mountains, forever and a day, throwing champions, marathon runners. And there's no money to help or assist them. It's just basically thanking God for the conditioning of the environment and the air and everything else like that. But there's no real money to sustain their training. And so really, it's about real people giving up their time to do what they really enjoy, and wanting to club together with parents and coming together in a community to get something going, at least something from scratch, from its and rather than doing nothing. There is cuts out there. It's not going to get easier. It's going to get worse. I haven't got time to go into the mechanics of why it is, and you probably don't even want to hear it anyway. But the reality is, it is there, and it is going to carry on becoming an even bigger problem for not only for parents who are having to try and find activities for their children to do, actually for children to find things for themselves to do, and even things that they want to aspire to. Even when they get Olympics, it's like what's going to happen next. Even for head teachers trying to wonder about their budgets and things. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still got to come down to us, and we've got to come up with that reality. And there's going to be a lot of thinking out of the box that's going to have to really come to the fore.
Yeah, the next person that will be asking a question is Christine Lariaga. I'm so sorry, please, if I pronounced this wrongly. Christine, please.
I'd just like to ask, will the people who gain jobs during the Olympics continue to be supported, and how will the legacy of the Olympics continue to tackle unemployment in East London?
Hello everyone, I'm Sandra Essay. As Ola mentioned, I had a great opportunity to be a part of the biggest sporting event in the world. I can personally say that I have seen the benefits the Olympics has had for young people and just people out of jobs in general. A lot of the jobs that were created included Newham residents. I think there were overall 8,500 residents for all the host boroughs, so that was really inclusive for people that lived in East London. Some of the opportunities that were created were, for example, there were young people apprenticeships. There were construction apprenticeships that were given to young people while they were building the site, so that gave young people the opportunity to gain experience in construction. They targeted the Olympics, LOCOG, targeted colleges all over London, and those colleges were targeted for people who were interested in security work. So this scheme was called the Bridging the Gap scheme. I don't know if anyone's heard of it. But young people were offered a qualification, an SIA qualification, which allowed them to use that post-games, so that would then enable them to get a job in security later on, and also to participate in the games. Other construction contractor jobs were offered in catering, logistics and transport. A lot of young people were targeted for such roles. So yeah, I think the Olympics has helped overall, and of course the Westfield, which is a fabulous addition to East London, offered a number of jobs to young people and yeah, people outside of the borough and in the borough as well. So yes, look out for jobs as we're approaching Christmas, because there'll be loads of Christmas jobs. So go up to Westfield and look around and get your CV ready. So, yeah. Thank you.